Welcome to Notebook Video Lessons. Today we shall discuss the Federalism chapter. For your better understanding, we have divided the chapter into two separate videos. Here, we shall begin with the part 1 of the video. What does federalism mean? Federalism has been defined as the institutional mechanism with two polities, regional and national. The powers are distributed at the hands of the central and the state governments. Each form of government is autonomous, with the center having more powers than the state. In some federal countries, there is a system of dual citizenship. However, India has only a single citizenship. Federalism developed differently in different countries. Most of these federal nations have disintegrated over time, like Russia in 1989, due to excessive concentration and decentralization of power. Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia, and Pakistan also faced a division of country. India has managed to remain a federal country even after several years of its independence. Although federalism does not consist of a fixed set of principles, there are some major ideas and concepts associated with it. What are these key ideas of federalism? Let us discuss them in detail. Features of federalism. Some of the salient features of federalism are: people have two sets of polities belonging to a region as well as the nation. People have two sets of identities and loyalties, one regional and other national. The details of dual system are written in Constitution, which is supreme and source of power for both governments. An independent judiciary that settles disputes whenever there is a conflict between the center and the states. A federation works successfully when it is based on trust, cooperation, and mutual respect. Often, there are conflicts between the several regional divisions and the center. Nigeria is an example of one such country which is caught up in such conflicts. Federalism in Nigeria. Though democracy was restored in Nigeria in 1999, after a long history of struggle between the three major ethnic groups of the country, it still remains one of the prime examples of overlap of religious, ethnic, and economic differences among the units. Now we come to federalism in Indian Constitution. The Indian Constitution does not mention the term federal in its description of the country. However, the Constitution refers to India as a union of states. At the time of independence, the leaders realized a need to unify regions based on shared cultural and linguistic commonness. It was decided that each separate region would govern themselves, but it was also necessary to maintain a common unity as a nation. Thus, there was a division of power between the center and the regional governments. Under this provision, the Constitution of India recognized regional diversity and emphasized unity. Also, it was clarified with strong emphasis that the relations between center and states must be based upon cooperation. Next, we shall discuss the division of power in our federal structure. Both the governments in federal system, one at center and the other in state, have their own constitutional status and identified area of activity. Constitution clearly demarcates the division of different areas called subjects between the two governments. The subjects have been separated under three separate lists: the Union list, the State list, and the Concurrent list. Financial and economic powers, defense, and foreign affairs are, however, centralized, while with the states there are only a few subjects like agriculture, police, prison, public health, etc. The concurrent list has subjects like education, forests, trade unions, etc. India after independence in 1947 was burdened with the task of integrating almost 500 princely states with diverse cultures and ethnicities. Besides this, all social and economic problems like poverty, employment, illiteracy, wealth inequalities, and industrialization had to be addressed quickly. A strong central administration was needed to bring about this change. Let us take a quick look at some provisions for federalism in a strong central government like India. The existence of states and their territorial integrity lies upon the Parliament and the Constitution. During any regional emergency, the power becomes lawfully centralized and the states lose all kinds of administrative authorities. Central government has the economic and financial powers. Article 33 and 34 of Constitution protect armed forces in their line of duty. Governor of state has powers to recommend dissolution of assembly, bill with assent of president. Centre can thus delay or examine properly and in time. Constitution provides that centre's executive powers are more than that of state. The integrated administrative system is under supervision of centre, with state having no control on their services. Let us now quickly revise what we have discussed so far. Summary: Federalism is institutional mechanism with two polities, regional and national. Salient aspects of federalism include dual identities for citizens. Indian federalism provides a centre and state with powers distributed among both, and relations are based upon cooperation. Constitution clearly demarcates the division of different areas between state and central authority. A strong central government in Indian federalism provides states' territorial integrity, central emergency powers, integrated administrative system, and centre's executive powers are more than state. This brings us to the end of today's interactive session. We hope you have understood what we have discussed so far in the part 1 of our video lesson. See you next in the part 2 of this video lesson, where we shall discuss the remaining bits of federalism as a chapter.